On my side, it's the way I wanna live my life, not for tomorrow, but today. And if you think it's easy to be lonely, don't think that you're the only one. And please don't think it's easy leaving you. I've had nights when the mornings wouldn't come. I've had it up to here with all those days spent on the run, and all the problems that upset me since the day you met me. Please don't think it's easy leaving you. Leaving you. Leaving you.
Never before in the history of the modern penal system have British prisons faced such an acute crisis. This is life in a local prison, as it actually happens today.
How old are you?
21.
What's your date of birth?
16/7/58.
At the lot. No watches, rings, medallions, nothing like that.
Trevor is beginning his first prison sentence as an adult. He must undergo the process that changes a man into a prisoner. It begins here in reception.
There's a scroll through a hall. No more? Any other sort of marks on your body? Any other distinguishing marks at all?
Scar, no. Scar.
Something. Right.
What's your name, lads?
So don't walk away. Stay there.
Round at the gloves. Blue fancy tie. Blue jacket, pinstripe.
Round the table, I'll pick up the kid as you go round.
Black slip-on shoes.
Down the table at the top, lad. Pick up a kid as you go round.
Come on here. Will you drop your trousers right down? Pull your shirt right up. Drop it right down. Now, have you got any medical complaints?
Oh.
Come on, Rick. You're a healthy boy, are you?
Yeah.
Put your shirt right up for me. What's this scar for here?
Stabbed.
Eh?
Got stabbed.
When you get up these stairs, I want you to stand round the iron grid and wait there. Call your name down. I want you to go down off the way too and stand outside your cell.
Trevor had been out of Borstal only 3 days when he was arrested and subsequently convicted for theft of a motor car. Just 3 days of freedom, then 3 weeks on remand, and now his first night in Strangeways.
Bailey, 31. Gavin, 31. Go on, Emma. You wake up, Brandon. Oh.
Pardon?
Did you get all your gear, your shaving gear?
I think so, yeah. I don't know what I'm supposed to happen.
Brush, toothbrush.
Yeah, well, me for the next few weeks.
All right, lads?
Yeah.
Okay.
A vast range of petty crime is represented in a local prison like Strangeways. The average stay is 6 to 9 months, the most common offence, burglary. Society has exacted its revenge on the hundreds of men sleeping in these wings. They have lost their freedom. But for the vast majority, the punishment they endure will neither reform nor rehabilitate.
face straight onto the wall, sit well back in the seat.
Trevor has become yet another number to add to a record prison population of over 44,000.
Just come forward slightly to the door. It's fine. Look straight at me.
We imprison more people in this country as a percentage of the population than any other in Western Europe. Her Majesty's Prison Manchester is better known by the district in which it stands, Strangeways. Built in 1869, it was designed to hold just over 1,000 men and women who could easily be inspected and controlled from the centre of this giant Victorian spider's web. Today, the average population is 1,600 at a cost per man to the taxpayer of £120 per week. Strangeways now remands men, allocates them to different prisons, and acts as a local jail where prisoners will spend their whole sentence.
Look at me now. I'm banged up in here. You say 23 hours a day is a load of rubbish, load of shit. 23 hours. I'm in this cell 24 hours a day because it says exercise when weather's permitted. And this weather, believe you me, it's always rain, so you very rarely get exercise anyway. So you're in here 24 hours a day. You're pissing in the bucket. You know, you're getting on your cellmates' nerves, you know what I mean? There's nothing to do. I don't read. It takes me all day to write a letter, so that passes the time away from me. But, you know, it's bad news, believe you me.
Norman Brown, the governor of Strangeways, is on his daily tour of inspection. An ex-tank commander who was severely injured during the war, he has followed his father and grandfather in the prison service. He has a reputation as a hard governor, concerned with discipline and cleanliness. The governor of any prison is bound by law to accept men sentenced by the courts. For Norman Brown, this may soon become a physical impossibility.
How long can we expect men to tolerate being locked up for 23 hours a day? In this prison, daily I have an unemployment force of about 200, 250 men, permanently. But there are days when the whole of my workshop area is closed, which means I've got a locked-up force of 1,500 men, apart from your kitchen staff and cleaners. And I ask myself, how long would I tolerate being locked up, 3 in a cell or 2 in a cell, for 23 hours a day?
The prison is dependent on the overtime prison officers work in their daily routines of locking, unlocking, supervising, fetching, and searching. Without it, the prison would cease to function. But staff shortage, coupled with the growth of union power, has led to unprecedented industrial action. In Strangeways, it has resulted in no association, no evening classes, and no work, until conditions improve to the satisfaction of prison officers. There are in this prison 2 toilets for every 100 men, a bath once a week, an hour's exercise weather permitting. It is a situation that borders on the intolerable. We have created a social time bomb for ourselves.
Stand on the mat, fasten your jacket up. Give me your full name and your full number to the PO and address the PO, sir.
H56181, sir. Trevor George Bailey.
Right, Bailey, you were sentenced by Manchester City Magistrates Court yesterday to 3 months imprisonment for theft of a motor vehicle. Is that correct?
Sure.
Despite the daily prospects of closed workshops, the ritual of classifying prisoners and allocating them jobs continues regardless. The processing machine never stops.
Seeing a reasonable type, sir, to be put in the stores, main stores, good job.
Alright, eventually you may well be getting allocated to another prison. When that's been decided, we'll call you up and we'll let you know where it is. In the meantime, you work in the main stores.
Sure.
What's your number again?
856181.
Attempts still continue to offer prisoners something more than a prison cell.
You can have 5 books, any 5 books, but on the Western, only 2 Western and 2 paperbacks.
Oh, look at it. Aphrodisiacs in your garden.
So can we start off over here with your question? Un et deux font combien?
3, 2 et 2 font combien?
4. 2 et 3 font combien?
5, 2 et 4 font combien?
6, 3 et 4 font combien?
7, 6 et 2 font combien?
8, 7 et 2 font combien?
9, 5 et 5 font combien?
10, 5 et 6 font combien?
11, 6 et 6 font combien?
12, 1 et 1 font combien?
2, 1 et 2 font combien?
3, 2 et 2 font combien?
4. 2 et 3 font combien?
5, 2 et 4 font combien?
6, 3 et 4 font combien?
After 2 weeks, Trevor has been given another education: how to be a successful criminal.
I know a lot of things that I didn't know when I come in about burglary and all that. You know, it just grows on you, isn't it? That's the main talk. That's the subject you talk about in here. Just burglary and all that. You know, robbing.
Well, what have you been told about robbing?
Well, the guys, you know, they say that. They ask you, you know, when you get out, do you fancy coming with us doing this and that? You know, where you're living when you get out and that. You know, your pad mates and all that. It's bad news, isn't it? As soon as you get out, they go robbing again, they're back in again. It's no good, is it?
Okay.
A visiting group of law students furthered their education by a tour of the prison. An hour and a half for the lawyers and magistrates of the future to equip themselves with an insight into prison life.
Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How many have we got? We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 11. My name's Phil Scott. I'm a senior officer, acting principal officer, and it's my pleasant duty, I hope, to show you around this afternoon. We're not going to see everything. We've got about an hour and a half. This, as it is obvious, is the main entrance. Governor's office, boardroom. You'll be getting a cup of tea and a few biscuits or something, plus a talk from the Deputy Governor about 4 o'clock. The thing to see when you've seen your receptions coming into prison, when they come into prison, we line them around the prison centre. And you can invariably tell the first timer. Like a kid who's just gone to Blackpool for the first time and seen the lights. You know, he's amazed. You can tell the old lags because he's looking around for pals to wave to, you know, old friends that he's met up with, you know. Those that are working get paid wages. Those that are not working get paid wages. The only difference is the amount of wage they get. Now, they go to the canteen. Now, they can't save money in the canteen. They go there to draw their wages in our shop. You can buy almost anything in there within reason. You're restricted to the amount of tobacco you can buy, 2 ounces. It's the only shop in the world where the customer is always wrong. Because they've got 15, 1600 and you can only go once.
Once a week?
Yeah, official. But then again, if a prisoner is working with an officer and he's in a good job, you know, and he's a good prisoner, as we class a good prisoner, we don't mean he's good at stealing, because he's not good at stealing or he wouldn't be in here. When I say good, I mean he conforms to our society and he behaves in here. Because we've got some of the well, cleaners on around about 95 pence a week or something like that. I know it's too much, but they do a good job. And then in the workshops you'll get them up to £1.50, something like that.
So is it 2 ounces of tobacco a week?
2 ounces is the most they can retain in their possession.
At any one time?
At any one time. Any more is fiddling. But our main problem, of course, is this massive overcrowding. You can have the wrong man in the wrong cell, and you can say to his two compatriots that they, from now on, will be his char lady. In other words, he won't take any part in the cleaning of the cell. If he's feeling hungry today, he can take the 2 meals from the other 2 men and has 3 meals instead of 1. He can take their canteen, their tobacco, and if the man is so inclined sexually, he can force ordinary, decent prisoners to indulge in a sexual relationship which is completely out of character and fond, and they want nothing to do with it.
Well, you've got many types of people in prison. You've got some very violent people. You've got some very timid people. The violent people who are violent outside are also violent in prison. Not all of them, but a lot of them. If they can get away with it, they will do. And you've got to stop them. Now, if you get a prisoner putting pressure on another prisoner, you try to stop it. If you get a prisoner attacking another prisoner, you stop it. And you've got to stop it physically sometimes. You've got to restrain him. And then after you've restrained him, you'll get some MP complaining that you're a thug because you've beat him up, when in actual fact all you've done is either protect yourself or a colleague or protect another prisoner. And that's the kind of the real pressure that you do get.
You have to grin and bear it. Up to now I've been lucky. I've lost no remission. Many a time I feel like hitting the screw. But there's screws in here that do help you. There's some in there that are pure dogs. What else can I say? I mean, the conditions. I heard about these conditions on now. I didn't believe them. I see them for myself now. I'm in here. I'm eating the same mucker day in, day out. The food never changes. Hygiene, we don't know the meaning of it here. You go down for your dinner, it's been mauled that many times you don't want it.
At 11:30 on any morning in the week, we start feeding 1,500. And by 12 o'clock, they've all got their lunch and they're back in their cells, which is no mean feat. I won't say they're all satisfied, but they're all back in their cells with their lunch. This is our Chief Catering Officer, Chief Catering Officer Main.
Pleased to meet
law
you.
students, Chief.
Pleased to meet you. That's the menu book. And it is very authentic. We don't alter it. They have their porridge every day.
We obviously can't satisfy everyone. We do have 1 or 2 complaints.
Well, we have not very many.
And yet they're still coming back for the meals, don't they? They still come back.
Absolutely. It's the best hotel in Manchester. It's full all the year round.
This man
received a scoopful of the chicken stew that was on the menu on his tray. Unfortunately, there was a couple of chicken bones in it. And I allowed the orderly, who was dishing the chicken out, to give him some more. On receiving this, he suddenly emptied the contents of his tray back into the container of stew, saying, "I'm not fucking having that."
It's only recently you were on report, Howley. And only recently I removed you from the escape list, and you promised that you would be of good conduct, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Well, you know my attitude about using foul language to the officers, don't you?
Yes, sir.
I will not tolerate it. You will forfeit all your privileges for 10 days. You will be excluded from associated work for 10 days, and you will forfeit 10 days remission. Thank you, Mr. Wood.
Bro, he told a load of lies and he knows it. I did not swear in front of him.
You mean you don't swear?
I do, but I didn't swear.
We all swear, don't we? I mean, it's...
Well, I didn't swear in front of the officer. I've got witnesses there, but why fetch them down?
Well, listen, the governor's...
He didn't believe me, and he didn't... He wouldn't even believe the witnesses, even if I brought them down. He believes the officers more than us. We've no rights in this place.
Listen.
We've no rights whatsoever.
Listen. While you're in...
If these people knew the truth about this place will go up in hell.
Listen. Oh, what sentence are you serving?
2.5.
Now, you're doing 2.5 years, and when are you due to go out of prison?
Not now.
Well, when are you due? Come on now.
December next year.
Which is 12 months away.
Yeah.
You are aware that you are entitled to apply for restoration of remission. Now, if you can do the next 9 months clear of report...
9 months? I've nearly done 9 months of it now. I've tried bloody hard to get this remission.
Well, right, now let's see if you can...
Kiss me in the mouth again with another 10.
Let's try a little bit harder. You're getting older, let's get a little bit more sense, a bit maturer.
No.
9 months clear of report, restoration of remission, favourable reports from staff, and you can get most of your remission back.
I'll just lose it all the time.
Now this is being silly.
No, I'll just lose it all the time.
Now, because you're not hurting yourself, you're hurting people outside. You're hurting your family. You have
I have no family.
So you're not bothered.
I'm not bothered.
A young man, and you're prepared to spend all that time in prison.
I'll go out 1981. I'm not bothered.
Well, is this not a silly outlook?
It is when you've no rights in prison.
Well, all I can suggest is you stop looking out of that window, son. Because that's where you want to go out there. But the way you're talking, you're never going to get out there.
I'm not bothered.
Well, I think you're very silly.
I'll just get to that stage.
All I can hope that in a few years' time you start learning a bit of sense.
Thank you. Sickness, tension, stress are part of prison life. Every day, prison medical staff issue hundreds of drugs and tablets to men whose conditions range from a headache to epilepsy.
You've not got a headache, by 8 o'clock, come back, we'll give you some more.
Follow Street, stage 4, 5.
But sometimes a prisoner cracks.
Hello, what's wrong with you this morning?
Men who have attempted suicide are stripped naked and placed in the special padded cells in the prison hospital. They are left with only a blanket and a plastic pot, which this prisoner did not use.
You've been rather silly, haven't you? All right. God, the stench.
Yeah.
All right. All right. All right. Yeah.
So I have to go back to the women's.
Well, that's up to the senior medical officer. You must discuss it on the doctor's rounds. Hold on.
That's the MO when he comes round.
No more.
That's the lot.
Hold on. See, the dentist is in this morning.
Only a minimal standard of medical care is available in Strangeways. While there is access to specialists, the facilities are severely limited. If a complaint is serious enough, prisoners will be taken to a local hospital.
We have so many men here. I wouldn't know what the figure is, but when I was the governor of Exeter, I did a survey, and quite frankly, I would have released a third of my population on probation or conditional discharge or community order. But we have all the social inadequates here. We have the alcoholics, we have the debtors, we have the mentally disturbed. Now, prison is not a place for these people. And somehow or other, we've got to find an alternative for these people.
Go down this side, count them now. Count them in there now. Count them into the back.
We are simply containing prisoners. We're doing nothing with them, and we have become society's dustbin. The one thing that grieves me is when I ask myself the question, what is the society doing about it?
21, 22.
At the moment, I think the only thing we can describe it as is a human warehouse.
27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33.
People who should be in hospital, the magistrates, the courts, have no alternative but to put them into prison. But we just haven't got the professionalism. We don't know, we're not trained to deal with such people. We just contain them. And sometimes it's only when a man smashes up or assaults a fellow prisoner or a prison officer that we find out that he has got a mental history.
Well, he's not going to be satisfied, I don't
No, because he said he was having adult relations. He said he went.
He said it was a vendetta against him by the profession.
Well, the question is, following up that, are we satisfied? Because, I mean, the point was made that we felt this was a very significant...
The prison's only answer to those who cannot or will not conform is further punishment. If a prisoner feels himself the victim of an injustice, he may ask to appear before Strangeways Board of Visitors. They are the only outsiders given the power to scrutinise this closed community and decide upon prisoners' requests and complaints. They are watchdogs whose independence few prisoners believe in.
Your full name to the chairman.
David Henry Trotter, G31389. Ma'am.
Yes, Trotter, what is it you want to ask us about?
Well, I'm a YP, and I've been put on this side reclassified. And when I've got to go out of here, I've got to have a YP licence. So I'm saying, can I have my YP privileges, please?
A YP is a young prisoner.
No, Madam Chairman, he can't. He was reclassified for being on report so many times in the YP centre. He's been reclassified.
On report? I've never been...
Just a moment.
Quiet. I beg pardon?
I've been on report in a prison...
You lost 14 days on the 30th of October.
I think you've got the wrong
You lost
file.
7 days.
What?
Have you got the same one?
31389. Is that your number, 31389?
Sorry, I beg your pardon. I'm sorry, I've got the wrong shot.
It was my fault.
You were classified an adult where? Here or Leeds?
Leeds.
Then you cannot have your YP privileges. You're an adult prisoner now.
Well, can I write to Irish Embassy about it?
You may do so if you so wish, Madam Chairman.
And can I put in, state the things what I want to write to them about and everything?
As long as it doesn't contravene prison rules, i.e. you should do it first of all through a petition to the Secretary of State.
Petitions take too long, though.
I can't help that, my boy.
Well, it seems, Trotter, that you came here as an adult and have to be treated as an adult whilst you're here, and that, as the Governor says, your only recourse, if you've got any complaint about that, is to petition the Home Secretary.
Okay.
clean. It's all very beautiful and clean.
Just the wall.
People actually wearing boots.
Board members do not inform the prison when they carry out their tours of inspection. They must be the eyes and ears of the Home Office, as well as independent judges with the power to punish. It is a role that is becoming increasingly questioned, both among themselves and outside bodies.
Yes, Catherine, what is it you want to ask us about?
That's a request. I'd like to know why I'm not allowed to use the gymnasium.
Have you been refused permission?
Yeah.
A prisoner who has attempted to escape is branded with a uniform with yellow patches.
Can I ask you, Madam Chairman, when he ever made an application to me to use the gymnasium?
Made a governor's application, as you know.
I didn't ask you that. I said, when did you ask me to use the gymnasium?
I just explained I made a governor's application and I didn't see you. I was seeing the deputy governor.
When was that?
Quite a while ago.
Kirkman, Madam Chairman, is fully aware no man on the escape list has any facilities whatsoever. They're under maximum supervision and he will not be allowed to use the gymnasium.
And also I'd like to ask why I'm not allowed open visits. Why have I got to talk through a piece of glass in an open visit?
Well, obviously for the same reason, but the point is, Kirkman, that open visits are a privilege and not the norm, that the closed visit is the norm, so that you're not being penalised by a closed visit.
So then what you're saying is that not only have I lost 80 days for escaping from the prison, I'm also being punished by having closed visits. Because as far as I see, I'm not going to escape out of the visiting room.
You've incurred the things that go with being on the escape list. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, what I'm asking is, right, why am I having closed visits?
Well,
when
we
every
have
other inmate in the
just
prison?
explained that closed visits go with being on the escape list, and that a closed visit is a normal visit, and that an open visit is a privilege.
So then what you're saying is then that closed visit is being used as a punishment?
No, I'm not suggesting that at all. I'm suggesting a closed visit is the norm, and that an open visit is a privilege.
Well, then you're saying that the E-list is being used
No,
as
I'm
a
saying
punishment.
exactly what I have said. We don't need to keep repeating it now, surely.
So, well, I'm not getting open visits then?
No,
And I'm not going to the gymnasium?
apparently you're not.
Thank you.
Next one. What are visitors are?
Good afternoon. You being looked after all right?
No.
You're not, so have you got any problems that you think we can help you with?
Stand back.
Why stand back? I'm told.
Stand back as you told.
No, no. Have you got anything that you think we're likely to be able to help you about?
You can't help me.
We
You never
can't.
have done.
No, right. Well, we come round each week just in case.
I know all
there's
about.
anything we
I've
can
26 years in prison, madam.
Have you?
And I know all the answers and all the shortcomings of you people. And what you're trying to press on to people. Why the mental anguish of 14 days before you people can rouse yourselves to try
Now
the
that's
case?
unfair. You've no idea what's involved about organising any witnesses that may be involved, for instance.
Witnesses?
Yes.
How can there be any witnesses with these people to make sure there are no witnesses?
Now, don't
Well, you
start
can
making
bring
statements like
other-
that because you're just getting yourself worked up.
I'm not getting
yourself
myself worked up at all. I'm making a statement.
Don't make allegations about
It's not an allegation. I'm making a
It sounded
statement.
very much like it.
Not making an allegation. I'm making a statement that these people see that there are no witnesses on our behalf.
Well, I don't accept that for a minute, but I don't.
Well, you're
propose
living in
pursuing
cloud cuckoo land. That's all I can say.
Well, there are witnesses appear at adjudication frequently, you know.
For the prisoner.
Yes, the last one, the adjudication I did, there were 2 witnesses for the prisoner.
And did you take any notice of them?
We did indeed, and that man walked out, yes.
Did he?
Yes, he did. He didn't lose it.
I'm sorry. I can't believe that, madam.
That's your privilege.
Yeah. Anyhow, you can't help me. Never have been able to. Good afternoon.
Right, good afternoon.
You've done the rest, haven't you? Thank you.
So we finished D1.
Yeah. Incidentally, just for the record, there was a report today, an adjudication today, where the man had 10 witnesses, and they had to have 2 officers use 2 of my staff. to supervise all 10.
Well, I must admit they don't call me in for adjudication very often because I'm that far to come. But last time there were a number of witnesses and he was actually went out at the end. didn't
He said it all, isn't it? He knows all the answers. He knows all the answers.
It's so general it was impossible to pick a hole in the argument.
He's assaulted an officer. And there were, when he says it's impossible to produce witnesses, presumably.
Yeah, I've been in a month on Wednesday. Thursday. It's gone fast. It's gone very fast. But as far as I'm concerned, this is the last time I'll ever be in this. Times I've said that. Must have said it 1,000,000 times.